Hello everyone, Zoey Kirby here. I am crippled, cranky, and caffeinated, and that is a run-on sentence. That's right, everyone. I remembered that catchphrase that I was going to be using. I remembered it, or well, some variation of it, and I just kind of wanted to, and I'm just going to play maybe a game or two in the background just because it seems like the only thing I can use for video content without getting copyright struck are video games. And this isn't exactly like a newsy video, but it is about the news. It's going to be a bit more of an opinion piece, I think. So bear with me as we go through this, because it's going to be about something that's very important. I don't really think we give a lot of credence to, and there was an article that came out, or there was a news story that did a little bit of circulation a little bit ago about Bill Burr, and he said some things about Elon Musk, which I still want to cover on this channel. And I want to use it more as like a spring. I'm going to say what Bill Burr said very quickly, and I want to use it as a bit of a springboard to talk about the news cycle. Anyway, this is a little fun game called Retro Bowl. It's a good one if you like playing old style football games, because sometimes I like playing football games even if I'm not really a big football fan anymore, because sometimes it's just nice and relaxing to turn my brain off to something that's a bit procedural. But anyway, Bill Burr was talking about Elon Musk, and I don't remember the exact quote, and I'm not really here to do that right now. This isn't a news segment. But he kind of just said, yeah, us liberals kind of just get upset for 2 days and then move on about whatever it was. I think he said something about this fucker never should have been allowed in the White House or something like that. Which he's right. There's a lot of reasons for that. Not here to litigate that. But I think one of the reasons why people, liberal and those that are kind of like further left of liberals, kind of get outraged at things and kind of just move on. And I don't think that's exclusive to the left side of the aisle. Although I do think that the right is better about harping on some key issues. Is the news cycle. It is very, very short. It is a day, maybe 2 days long, depending on what it is. And then the story will circulate. And once the story has had legs for maybe a few days, maybe a bit longer if we're lucky, we move on to the next thing to be upset about, outraged about, sad about, whatever the story is. And I do not like the 24-hour news cycle. I do not like how things will circulate in and out and in and out, because these issues are important. They're very real. And while we may get upset about a particular issue and then go on to another story, that story is still real for tons of people, depending on what it is. Like, it's in a local area, if it's a whole state, it could be millions of people. That issue doesn't go away. It stays the same. It just sits in the background, yet we're not paying as much attention to it anymore, because it's not you know, the next thing in the bag. It's not the newest thing. It's not the shiniest piece of whatever it is that we're talking about. And I think what Bill Burr is saying is kind of like, yeah, we'll look at an issue for a little while, get upset about it or talk about it, and then we'll just move on and not solve it. And I think that has to do with the 24-hour news cycle. That's why on this channel, don't expect for me to do breaking news all of the time, to have everything up and ready to run the second a story breaks. Yeah, that would be great for my channel number-wise, but I'm not here to break numbers. I'm not here to garner a massive audience necessarily. I'm here to give you guys kind of what I think about what's going on as quickly as my terrible hotspot phone internet will give it to you. And then do it maybe in a couple of days, probably a little bit later. because I don't like the news cycle. I don't like how fast it is. And I think it's important for us to keep these issues in mind. To keep being upset about labor issues, to keep being upset about climate change, and not just let whatever story that's popping up on CNN or even Jacobin or wherever else you're reading, you're getting your information from, and not just let it cycle in and cycle out. It's almost hypnotic. It feels like we get some type of amnesia because we go through one story and then we go to the next one and we go to the next one and then we go, oh shit, I forgot about that one. Man, is that still happening? And usually the answer is yes. Like it just upsets me that we can point to different particular moments in time in such a clear and vivid way, and like in a very short time span from the news cycle. And I'm gonna do my best to upload the news and give you guys information. Just don't always expect for it to fall necessarily in the trend cycle if I can help it. I do have to fight for clicks. That's not anything I can really avoid. But I think the news cycle is really pernicious when we want to really discuss issues deeply. Because, like, if something happens and that point is an impetus for something, like, just to use for an example, like George Floyd, the George Floyd uprisings, that happened. We had the protests. We fought for reform, and sometimes we got them and sometimes we didn't. But it seems like that kind of issue only really had so long of a shelf life, even though it was the largest uprising in American history at the time. I don't know if it still is. Probably is. Yet there is still all of those issues that affect people of color, particularly black people, brown people. That's still around. That those issues are still affecting everyone. Yet we're not out on the streets like we were. And I do think, again, it's part of that news cycle. I think that it makes it more difficult for us to think about things as deeply as we want to. Now, I think, current events and things like that has always been a part of, I think, the human experience for probably about as long as we've been alive. We've wanted to talk about the experience that we're in. I just think that the manner in which it does it, particularly being fed by a mysterious algorithm, which I think needs to be completely transparent, but that's a video for a different day. That's a different opinion piece. But don't get caught up in this news cycle. Don't let it spiral you out in every which direction, because that's what people are going to be talking about. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to be methodical. It's okay to not even know everything that's going on. You're not going to know everything. You aren't some perfect news machine. You aren't going to know everything that's affecting everyone's lives, and that's okay. It's okay to not know. And I just hate this kind of, and like I described it as earlier, I can't stand the digital amnesia. What it does, how it wipes our brains, how it makes us not want to always zero in. And I think it really harms our ability to organize on the left to be able to fight for particular political issues, because you only have so long of an attention span. Now, we're in the modern age. We're going to have to do what we got to do, and I can't advocate for anything crazy, but, and I'm sorry if this is rambly, but I don't know, it's just outrageous to me. It's that we let, so many things come and pass us by when those issues still continue to affect people. So don't expect me to get quickly on a topic or anything like that, because the news cycle, I think, is bad. I think it's dangerous for it to be 24-hour news all of the time. I think it breaks our brains in a unique way that isn't helpful for discourse, isn't helpful for human experience, isn't helpful for building meaningful community, for pushing for justice and all the things that we want to see, or at least I want to see. And and it's good to slow down. Take it from your neighborhood cerebral palsy haver. Going slow is nice. It's okay to like sit in the political grass and smell the political roses, or just take things in, let things simmer. I think it's a necessary component. I don't think the type of information that we get as quickly as we get it is human. Our brains can't process all of this stuff, all of this gunk, man. I can't figure out everything that's happening in the world 24/7. It's overwhelming, and I think it's designed to be that way. Being overwhelmed, I think, is a partial propaganda tactic, because you're not going to know what to focus on. There's so much. What are you going to do? I mean, I think that's indicative of all of the different massive onslaught of Trump executive orders when he first came into office, because they don't want us to see everything that's going on. Just be mindful of the news apparatuses, the 24-hour news cycle in particular, because part of spin isn't just the perspective that an opinion piece takes. It's not just which stories an outlet decides to cover and how they cover it. It's also how quickly they cover it. And that might just be a product of modern times. I'm not sure. How quickly a place covers it and then how quickly they don't cover it, I think, is a part of propaganda and a part of how the news business works. And especially in the digital age, there's so much pressure to want to stay current. And I'm telling you, it's all right. You don't got to be completely current. I'm not going to be completely current. I'm only human. And watch out for the spin. Because if you get spun around too many times, you get dizzy and you fall over. So just remember, it's okay to smell the political roses. Enjoy your life. Let an issue simmer for a while. Because sometimes you don't even know what you think about something. Sometimes you want like a hot take, and I can't give you a hot take right now. I ain't have any clue what we're talking about. You know, so the only spinning I want to do is the spinning of my coffee grinder in the morning when I want to make a nice big cup of espresso. So remember, be mindful. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take it slow. And don't expect for me to cover every news cycle in a super timely manner on this channel, partially because I'm doing things from my phone with very limited resources. And you're welcome. I need to set up donation things so that if you wanted to contribute to the channel that you can. But don't expect me to cover, and I've said this a couple times, but I won't. I might be a little, let's just say my YouTube channel, like myself, will limp. Watch out for the news cycle, because the speed in which things are covered is also important. And I hope that this video made sense. I hope it wasn't just super rambly, but I'll probably mark it as an opinion piece in my playlists. And sit down, take a drink of the drink that you like, whatever it is. I like coffee. I enjoy tea. I love lemonade. Breathe in, breathe out, and remember, the fight is important and the fight continues. But if we're going to get things solved in a meaningful way, it's not going to happen in 2 days. So, take your time. Because some of the best things in life are the things that take time to ferment. Even I stopped playing my game. I'm so sorry, y'all. Even the political stuff. Anyway, it's been another Zoey Kirby video, another zany little opinion, another take, probably a super cold take. Take that take to the microwave because it needs it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. And thank you so much for being here. Remember to like the video if you enjoy what I do here. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Share it to anybody who might be interested in what I have to say. And thank you for anyone that's checking this out. And I hope everybody has a chicken painted on a rock, because this is what's currently sitting on the desk, day, which means a good day because it's art. Have an artful day. And I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.